begin our yoga class today, sit tall. Find your sits bones underneath your body. Feel the spine align and feel the shoulders roll down your back. We'll begin with just some centering and some deep breathing. So with the eyes closed, take a nice deep inhale. As you breathe in, feel the breath come into the body and trace it all the way to where you feel it end, whether that's in the chest, in the belly. Same thing on the exhale. Follow the breath, chase it all the way out. So continue this inhale and exhale, and with each one, see if you can begin to bring the breath deeper into the belly. See if you can slow the breath down. See if you can feel the entire body begin to breathe. So your only thought is on where the breath is entering and leaving the body. And as you start to fall into a rhythm, see if you can use some yogi breathing, which is in and out through the nose. If that doesn't work for you today, then just breathe in and out through the nose and mouth, or find another whip pattern that works best for you. So remember that in your yoga practice today, your only objective and goal is to follow your breath, to honor the integrity of your breath in the poses. Although thoughts and judgments might work their way in, just dismiss them, push them aside, and stay with the breath. And with your next inhale, see if you can take it even deeper into the belly. Exhale as much as you possibly can. And then let the eyes gently open. And reach your fingertips onto the mat next to you. We're just going to start to link breath and movement. So with an inhale, let the arms rise. And then with an exhale, let them gently fall down towards the ground. Good, 2 more times, following the breath. Still with that big, deep breath that we created in the beginning. And once more. Good, exhaling it all out. Good. And one more. Good, leave the arms up there and really reach up towards the ceiling. At the same time, feel the shoulders drop down the back. Good, feeling some energy coming out of your fingertips. Nice, filling the body with air. Leaving the arms up. Take a big inhale, and on the exhale, bring the left arm down. Good, inhale into that right side and exhale over. Nice, so just a little side stretch. And just noticing here if you start to hold your breath and reminding yourself that yoga is about breathing life into your body, pranayama. So just stay with the breath, even in the spots that might feel a little sticky. And then inhale center, exhaling the arm down. Good. Left side, inhale up and exhale over. So just letting your body go as deep as it feels comfortable. Still exhaling completely. And inhale center, exhale the arm down. Good. Good, roll the shoulders up towards your ears. And on the exhale again, let them fall down your back. Feeling the chest open, which also opens your heart. Good, find the muscles in the back of your body and allow them to just open up nice and wide. Take your hands and you're gonna place them again on your knees. The right hand is gonna stay. And so with the left hand, you're gonna place it just behind your back. Good, grow tall in the spine. Then you're gonna take that hand and bring it across. So you have opposite hand to knee and just a gentle twist to start with. So don't force it. Head can go wherever it feels comfortable. Shoulders stay level. And once again, just breathing into the stretch. Good, and at the end of that next exhale, you're just gonna unwind and come center. And we'll repeat the same process. So right hand behind, get tall in the spine, Left hand across, again tall, before we add a gentle twist. And just breathe into that space. Feeling the body start to wake up, open up. One more breath, and exhaling, unwinding. Nice, so now we're gonna take our practice and move into child's pose. 2 options for child's pose. You can either rest the belly right on the thighs, or to get more space, keep the big toes together, move the knees open towards the edge of the mat, and fall in nice and deep into that space. Good, and while you're here, again, connect with your breath. So we created that big belly breath as we sat in our centering in the beginning, and now feel that continue and feel the spine begin to elongate. You want to send your tailbone towards the back wall as you reach your fingertips towards the front wall. And I want you to start the process of mentally emptying what's in your head. So in our yoga practice, there's not a whole lot we need. Yoga we practice from the heart, so I want you to get rid of your brain. I want you to dump out anything that you don't need this morning to make yourself feel a little bit lighter. Nice. Good. So just feeling yourself sink into the pose. And with an in-breath, see if you can walk your fingertips away from your body just a tiny bit more. Good, really activating through the shoulders. So kind of feel some more activity in that upper body. Nice, one more breath there. And then as you exhale, I want you to slide your hands directly underneath your shoulders. So the palms come all the way underneath the shoulders. Take an inhale, press up onto all fours. Good. So while you're here, I want you to line up your knee under your hip and your wrist under your shoulder. Perfect. What we're creating here is a nice tabletop position, so belly button pulls up to the spine to protect the low back. These look great. And again, feel the activity in the hands, so spread them nice and big on the mat. Conscious to distribute the body weight. Very easy to put the weight in the heel of their hand, especially as we move with some of these other poses. So really practice the distribution here. We're just gonna warm up the spine with some cat and cow. So on your next inhale, you're gonna let your face and tailbone lift, shoulders pull back. And then on the exhale, opposite, arch, round, and tuck, feeling your body shaped like a cat. Inhale, lift. And exhale, arch and round. So becoming that really big Halloween cat where there's that big arch. So now just follow your breath. When you inhale, pull the shoulders back, lift. When you're ready to exhale, arch and round. Just allow your body to start connecting to your own breathing. Trying to articulate as much as possible in the spine to really warm up the spine. Pressing down, engaging in the hands, belly button to spine. Good. Exhaling, feeling everything slide. So maybe just one more round. At the end of this round, you're just going to land in our beginning pose, which was the tabletop. Nice. Beautiful. And breathe there. So again, feel the shoulders slide down. We're going to start to create a little more heat in the body. What we're going to do is begin with a plank. So you're just going to step back both legs, feet are hip distance, and belly button stays pulled up into the spine. So go ahead and step back. Good. Really nice. So it's key that the wrist is lined up underneath the shoulder and that the feet are in line with the hips. Beautiful. And just from here, bring your knees and the top of your feet down onto the mat. So just gently drop your knees and the top of your feet. Nice. So because this creates some heat and it can take a lot of energy, we're just going to take some pauses in between. So take a couple deep breaths, and then we're going to press back up into plank again. So one more time, stepping back. Good. Shoulders slide down the back. These look really nice. Feel strong pushing up out of your plank. As you exhale, see if you can make a conscious effort not to move your body, just your legs. So drop your knees and the top of your feet. So your upper body is still in plank, but your legs are resting on the ground. So it takes some of the pressure out of what you're doing. Good. And then curl the toes and press back up. So the body is still active in plank. Nice. And you all look perfect in what you're doing, but just a reminder that you want the head and neck to be an extension of the spine, which you are doing. And then one more time on the exhale, just knees and top of the feet without moving anything else, just feel them drop. Good. So from here, we're going to practice lowering down into our chaturanga move, so it requires a lot of strength, keeping knees and top of the feet down. Arms are gonna stay close to the body. Take a deep breath, and on the exhale, just begin to lower the body down in one piece. So go ahead and lower down. Perfect. Nice, so we're starting to create this pose as the beginning of our cobra pose. So we're gonna start to create a snake body. But for now, you're gonna take a deep breath, press up on all fours, and then extended plank. Good, so we have full plank to start. Take a deep breath for 2. Really feel heat generating in the body. With your next exhale, just knees and top of the feet on the floor. Inhale, and then on the next exhale, lower the body down all the way to the floor, just like we did before. See if you can make the elbows go towards the back wall. Perfect. Trying to keep the belly and spine engaged. Nice. Press up onto all fours. And one more time, take a deep breath, find plank. Good. Really strong, really stable. Really pull the belly button to the spine as if there's like a cord lifting you up to the ceiling. Try not to lose that as you lower down. Keep the body in this piece. Drop the knees and the top of the feet. Inhale. And then exhale, lower down. Really nice. Excellent. So from here, we're going to just practice our first cobra. So cobra is actually a back bending pose. We do back bends from our legs. So press the top of your feet and your thighs into the mat. Your knees will probably lift up. That's very common. Roll the shoulders back. Feel the hands pressing down into the mat. Take a deep breath and just start to peel your chest off the floor. Good. 1 or 2 breaths here. And then on the exhale, lower down. Good, just rest and breathe there for a second. And we'll try again. Again, really active in the legs. So this is that snake body, right? 2 legs, 1 tail. They become the tail of the snake as you push down, feet and thighs. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, and begin to just peel the chest off the mat. Beautiful. So just hold there and breathe. You know you are using the strength of your back if you can now lift your hands up off the floor without compromising your move. Perfect. And then just put your hands back down, and then exhale, lower down. Those are beautiful. So we'll do 1 more. Press all the way up. Good. Really pull the shoulders towards the back wall. 1 more breath, and then exhale, drop the chest. Press up into all fours. Good. And hold there. So we were really working on creating some stability in our back and in our spine. Now we're just going to dabble in a little bit of balance before we move into some sun salutations. So again, reconnect knee and hip, wrist and shoulder. Put a soft bend in your elbow. Nice. Take a deep breath and just reach your right arm towards the front. Good. Really reach it long. Perfect. Now with that right arm reaching, take your left leg and reach it towards the back wall, as if you were going to press your foot on the back wall. Awesome. Keep the belly button pulled to spine. Honor the integrity of that back. Beautiful. Your first balance pose of the practice. So really feel as if someone has grabbed your ankle and your wrist and is stretching you in opposite directions. Feel the abs firing on to maintain your balance. 1 more breath. And then exhale, lower both arm and leg to the floor. Good. Checking out which side is more balance, more strength, more fluidity, more stability. Take an inhale and bring the left arm up. Good. Get stable on 3, and then take a deep breath and send the right leg back. Perfect. So the beautiful thing about doing unilateral poses in yoga is that we get to see the differences in our body. So noting the differences, working on those differences as we go through the practice. And again, just keep the belly button pulled to spine. Try to keep the hips level, and don't lift the leg too high, but going for length, not height. 1 more breath, and then as you exhale, lower arm and limb down. Really nice. So 1 more time, you're going to step back into plank. And from plank, we're going to do our first down dog in the practice. So from here, all you're going to do is lift your sits bones up to the ceiling, creating an inverted V in your body. Beautiful. Fingers are spread. We talked about the distribution of weight. You're thinking about a line from your hands up to your sits bones, and then from your sits bones down through your heels. Good. Feeling lots of energy. This really wakes the body up. So feet are hip distance still. Hands are shoulder width. See if you can draw the shoulders down the back. Take 1 more breath, and exhale, come down onto all fours, and then press back into child's pose. That pose we did way in the beginning. Yeah, sort of let that go. Just relax. So sometimes we tend to judge based on how we feel in the first couple of poses. It's awkward to hold yourself up on your hands. It could be awkward in the beginning when you're just starting. And so rather than judge and think that you're not going to be successful today, I want you to just let go of whatever you experienced. And I want you to think about every time we hit down dog, every time we do a pose, your body's going to be warmer. It's going to be more heated, and you're going to be stronger. Even if it doesn't feel like all of that is happening, all of that stuff is being processed in your body. Just stick with your breath when you're worried about anything else. And please don't judge the way you look in a pose. Every body is going to look different in the poses. So spread the fingers, curl the toes, take a deep breath, and press up into down dog. Good. So eventually, over time, whether that's in today's practice or in 10 years in your yoga practice, your heels are going to work towards the floor. So all I want you to do today is feel energetically that your heels are working in that direction. And I think you can actually walk your hands out just a touch further. Yeah, perfect. So we can create a nice long line in the body. Beautiful. I'm going to have you do the same, Eric. Just walk your hands out towards the front of the mat, just a touch. Don't move your hands. Yeah, there you go. So a lot of length. Good. One more breath. Now as you exhale, I want you to bend your knees a lot, and you're going to step towards the front of your mat. Good. Once you feel the feet are connected and you're ready for a breath, you're going to inhale and roll all the way up with your breath. Nice. So we're going to start connecting all the dots with those and have our sun salutation flow as our warm-up. That was just our little mini warm-up. You're going to step to the front of the mat. Good. So you might have a lot of space. So we're going to use our cobra, we're going to use our chaturanga where we lower down, we're going to use our cobra, we're going to use our plank, and we're going to use our downward dog. The only thing we haven't done yet is a forward fold. So you're going to inhale, let the arms rise up. Getting lots of energy. Exhale, just let them float down. Good. Feeling really strong in the feet. So anchor all four corners of the feet into the floor, into the mat, and soften through the knees. Then just drop the tailbone down. Nice. So you're really engaged. Again, inhale, arms lift. And then exhale, let them float down. So the next time we're going to fold with that. Inhale, lift. And then exhale as if you're diving out over your body. Come all the way down, keep the knees soft, and just relax and let the head hang. Good. So you want to keep the knees bent always. We never want to lock out through a joint. But if you're feeling any tension in low back or in hamstrings, bend your knees more. Right? Yoga is not a competition. You need to let your body wake up bit by bit. So keep your knees as bent as you need to. Just try to let your head be heavy. Let it hang. Don't hold on to anything you don't need. Beautiful. Now inhale, you're going to get longer. So I want you to take your hands, press them against your thighs, and your shins, and pull your shoulders back. Good. So you're getting some length in your spine. And now exhale, see if you can get a little bit deeper in your forward fold. Inhale as you bend your knees, plant your hands on the ground, step back into plank. Beautiful. Right away engage belly button to spine. Check out wrist alignment. Drop the knees and the top of the feet onto the mat, and as you exhale, lower down in one piece. Remember, this is familiar. We've done this before. Beautiful. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. And then exhale, drop the chest, curl the toes, press up and all the way back into your down dog. Beautiful. You just completed your first sun salutation. So just feel all that work be processed in your body. Sun salutation is breath, movement, breath, movement, breath, movement, and rest. So believe it or not, you're in your rest movement right now, your rest pose. So again, spread fingers, engage the palm, reach the heels towards the floor energetically, if not physically. Nice. And see if you can just draw the shoulders down the back a little bit more to let the big muscles that you have in the upper back help support you. Beautiful. Inhale, big. Exhale, we get as empty as we possibly can. That's when we step our feet forward. And then when you're ready to breathe in, feel the feet stable and rise up with the breath. Good. The next time you rise up, we're going to let our arms open all the way out, and you're going to make palms come to touch, and you'll slide the hands right through heart center. Palms come to touch is what we call a mudra in yoga. And so it's a lock or a seal. This is sealing in balance in the body. When we slide it through the center of the body, we're conscious of all of our thoughts, all of our words, and what's in our heart. So we're just balancing relaxing and uniting all of that. So inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, dive out over your body, come forward in the forward bend. Inhale, lift and lengthen, right? So hands press against shins, grow the spine, so that on your next exhale, you can get deeper in the forward fold. So make that happen. Good. Inhale, hands plant, step back into plank. Right away, get stable, get lined up. And on the exhale, drop the knees and the top of the feet and lower the body all the way down in one piece. Elbows brush the side of the body. Beautiful. Cobra, find the snake legs as you inhale, roll the shoulders back and open. And exhale, drop chest, curl toes, downward facing dog. Really nice. So again here, try to settle in. Try to get as much length as you can. So see if you can inhale, bend the knees, and then exhale, take your sits bones and pull them up towards the ceiling, and then lengthen the legs down. Really nice. Feel strong and alive. Feel connected in the palms and in the feet. Feel the support that the earth gives you, that union you have. Sharing energy. One more breath there. Fill your body as much as you can. And then exhale, get as empty as you possibly can, and step your way to the front of the mat. Use the breath to grow up. Remember this time, arms are reaching up, almost as if you're gathering energy. Palms come to touch and slide it all right in through the heart center. Good, and just relax and breathe. See if you can reconnect, soften up. So the body should really be unfolding now that we've been doing some of these. You should feel some heat, some flow. We're energizing. We're going to go through 2 more times. We won't take as much rest in between. So if you find that the pace that I'm setting doesn't work, slow it down, speed it up. It doesn't matter. We meet here in between. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hip. Dive out, open up. Beautiful. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, deep in the fold. Inhaling this plank. Exhaling as you lower the body down. After you drop the knees and the top of the feet. Good. Inhale as you roll the shoulders back, shine the heart forward, and then exhale, drop, curl, and find down dog. Remember to make it a way for this to feel like rest. Tell your body this is where it relaxes. So we're getting deeper in the pose, and at the same time, we're able to slow the breath down. We don't have the constant movement. We can relax. Nice. One more breath. And then on the exhale, you're moving your way to the front of the mat. Feel really grounded and connected, and follow the breath. When you're ready to inhale, grow with the breath. And bring it all right into heart center. So one more. Let's make it really perfect. Do it with a little more thought and intention. So sun salutations are a way to greet the day and honor the sun, right? So whatever part of your day you're in, just find a way to greet and welcome and give thanks to wherever you are on the mat. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, get really long. And then exhale, take up as much space as you can. Inhaling as you find plank. And exhaling, dropping knees and top of the feet, lowering down, keeping belly button pulled to spine. Don't lose your form. Lovely. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, open, shine the heart. And then exhale, drop chest, curl toes, downward facing dog. Good. Exhale it all out. So any thoughts, any worries, the sun salutation series is over. That doesn't mean we might not use part of it again, but all that quick, flowy movement is done for now. We're going to be settling into some poses. So just feel everything that you've just done being processed in the body. Feeling how much more alive and awake the back of the body is. Maybe the heels are reaching closer to the floor. Maybe there's a little tingle or vibration happening in your body because of the breath and the movement. And taking one more big breath to fill, and the exhale to get empty, and to move to the front of the mat. Connect with your breath as you rise all the way up, and slide the hands right in through the heart center. Good. So just take a second to breathe there, to just process everything that just happened in the body, all of that quick movement, the yoking, the union of breath and movement, which is what yoga means, which is what we just did in our sun feeling out of place or out of alignment in the pose. So one of our more traditional asanas or poses is our warrior sequence. So you're going to keep your right foot forward, step your left foot back, the back foot's on an angle. And so for those of you with really long legs, you want to take up as much space as you can on your mat. Yeah, there you go, beautiful. Because the front knee is going to bend towards a 90-degree angle, the back leg is going to stay straight. We're actually going to start with Warrior 2. So in Warrior 2, our hips are going to be facing the side wall. Good, so take your arms, extend them out, fingertip to fingertip, reaching in opposite directions. Take one big breath, and on the exhale, you're going to start to bend your front knee towards 90 degrees. These look awesome. You look like fierce, strong warriors. So feel focused, right? A warrior isn't a warrior because they're going to do battle, so you're not like fighting your pose or your mat or the yoga. You are calm in the face of disaster. You are calm in the face of whatever's happening in your body. You know that you have all the tools you need to be successful. That's what it means to be a warrior, to be focused and committed. So relax in the pose. These look so nice. Just making sure that knee is heading towards the big toe and the second toe. Making sure the back leg stays straight as the front knee goes towards 90 degrees. Not a whole lot I can correct. You all look amazing. Strong warriors. Good. Take a nice deep breath and see if you can reach the fingertips just a little bit longer. And then on the exhale, just bring your arms down and see if you can push off on that back foot to step to the front of the mat. Good. So again, just letting it process. We're going to repeat the sequence on the other side. So keep your left foot forward, step your right foot back. Good. Again, careful to step wide. Now the other thing is I want you to look where the front toe is going. Make sure that toe is facing directly center. Lovely. Where the toe goes, the knee goes. Inhale, the arms reach. Really feel extension. Feel them alive. Feel the triceps help hold your arm up. Good. Inhale big, and on the exhale, bend that front knee towards 90 degrees. Back leg stays straight. Hips are facing the side wall. Nice. So the one thing when you're looking at the warrior, ideally your eyes are gazing over your front fingertips, looking out at the horizon. If that's bothering your neck, certainly find another place to look. Just move your foot in just a, yeah, there you go. Beautiful. And so relax. So sometimes what happens is we're holding a pose and it's a little bit difficult. And so our body goes, and it tries to muscle through it. So don't muscle through it. Try to relax and breathe, even in the spots that might be talking to you, that might be saying, I'm done, I've had enough, how long is she keeping me here, my legs are shaking, I'm not sure I'm liking warrior anymore. Good, one more breath. And then exhale, bring the arms down, and then step the back foot to the front of the mat. Good, and just let that shake out of the legs. So we're just gonna do the warrior series pose by pose by pose, with a little break in between. Then we'll actually combine them all to make it a little warrior flow. So now we'll do warrior 1, which is a little more difficult because the hips have to stay forward. So right foot forward and left foot back. Again, nice and wide on the mat. The only difference here now is your hips are not going to open to the side. Your hips are going to face forward. So even if you physically have to take that left hip and pull it forward, yeah, you want it to face the front. Inhale, the arms are up, reaching really tall towards the ceiling. Draw the shoulders down the back so you get space between your shoulders and your ears. And now on the exhale, bend the front knee. So the legs look the same, but where the hips go are different. Nice, really nice. Just check in that your knee, which you're not, the knee is not going over the toe. It's one thing we want to protect. And if there is a way for you to get deeper, you may need to work that toe a little more forward to keep that protected. So just a couple things while you're trying to hold this rigorous pose and breathe. See if you can drop your tailbone down a little and take the pop out of your back. Good. So we always want to be thinking about how we can protect our lower back, and at the same time that engages our core. So who doesn't want to have more core? Nice. And again, as the arms reach up as you feel energy, try not to shrug your shoulders up and put tension there. See if you can relax down. So again, part of the warrior, feeling energy, being alive, but also at the same time, finding a way to be relaxed in the movement. And eyes are just focused at one point. In yoga, we call what you look at, where your eyes go, your dristi. It means your focus. Where your eyes go, your mind goes. So if you can focus the eyes at one point, you're going to quiet and focus the mind at one point. One more big breath there. And on the exhale, arms float down and press off the back foot to step at the front of the mat. Nice, and just let that process and shake out of your legs. Maybe a little movement. I personally like Warrior 2 better. I don't know how you're feeling. Type that people do, right? We're all different. So now we'll repeat the same thing on the other side. So now you want left foot forward, right foot back. Again, use the space you have on your mat. Hips forward, so that right hip, pull it forward. Really nice. Inhale the arms up, shoulders down, and then start to bend that front knee. Again, looking where the knee goes. You guys are some fierce looking warriors. And again, feeling calm, although there's a lot of activity and energy happening in the body. Right? Sensations in the legs, both in that front quad, in the back leg, trying to get the pinky toe edge super glued to the floor. The arms start to talk to you because they get heavier and heavier. It's harder and harder to steady the breath. All these things are going on, and because you're warriors, you take it in stride without even blinking. So it looks easy. Beautiful. Just feeling confident and strong, feeling energy from the bottom of your feet all the way up out of your fingertips. Maybe hearing your breath, maybe following your breath. And on the next exhale, arms fall down, and then step to the front of the mat. Again, shake the legs out. So the next one we're going to do is reverse warrior. So reverse warrior requires us to visit warrior 2. Remember that was the first one we did. So right foot forward, left foot back. Hips are going to face the side wall. Arms reach out, spreading in opposite directions. Take an inhale. Exhale, front knee bends as the back leg stays straight. So we've been here before. Your body should say, oh yeah, I remember. So now to make it reverse warrior, you're going to inhale, flip that right palm, and lift it up towards the ceiling as the left arm slides down your back leg. So you just want to be careful not to collapse into that leg. So you can either leave the arm resting, or if it helps you, you can reach it long towards the floor, fingertips reaching with energy. That helps you to not collapse into it, so wherever it's more comfortable for you. We don't want to hang out in that back leg and let go. Still feel really energized from the legs all the way up. Feel energy in that side body as it really wakes up along the side. One more breath, and then exhale, tip back into warrior 2. Inhale, and right from here, exhale, step to the front of the mat. Awesome. You guys are getting good at this. Now we're going to do it on the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back. Arms reach. Establishing the width on the mat. Take a deep breath. Exhale, warrior 2. Bend the front knee. Really reaching fingertips. Good. Get tall in the spine. Inhale, flip the left palm, and lift it up towards the ceiling. Good. Sliding that other arm down or extending it towards the mat. Just careful not to collapse the weight into that back leg. Awesome. So feeling the body really open up. So one of the beautiful things about doing all these different yoga poses is we work all the different angles and lines in the body. We work not only the front and the back, but we work the sides. And shortly we're going to work a twist. So we start to really open up the body on all levels. One more breath. And then exhale, tipping back warrior 2. Inhale and exhale as you step to the front of the mat. Good. Shake all that out. So we just did 3 warrior poses. What we're going to do is combine them all into a little flow, and you're going to do warrior 1 to warrior 2 to reverse and back. Then we'll switch sides. So if it gets a little rigorous, if I'm holding you too many breaths, feel free to straighten the legs and come out. You know where we'll be. We'll always be here at the front of the mat, so please follow your body. So left foot forward and right foot back. I guess I started with the opposite side this time. Good. Inhale the arms up and the hips forward. We're going to start with warrior 1. Arms up, hips forward. Inhale, exhale, start to bend that front knee. Beautiful. Remember your form. Your body's been here before, right? So it says, oh yeah, I remember how to do this. Straighten the back leg, press the pinky toe edge into the floor, front knee is bending, knee is over the toe, untucking that tailbone, right? Dropping it down, feeling belly button pull to spine. Beautiful. Inhale big. And as you exhale, open arms and hips, warrior 2. So the legs stay the same. So nice. Feel yourself spreading. So the arms are spreading, but feel your legs as if they're spreading, right? Almost as if you're surfing your mat. Who doesn't like to surf? Feeling focused and strong. Inhale, flip that left palm and reach up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Feel the side body open. You've been here before. It knows what to do. One more breath. Exhale, tip back, warrior two. Inhale, lift up the arms, rotate the hips. As you exhale, you're in warrior one. And then take one more big giant breath and exhale, step the back foot to the front. Nice. Awesome. So it really, really invigorates the legs. That's a lot of work on one side. So just give them a little shake. Kind of just let them go. And again, unilaterally. So what is your stronger side? What is more flexible? What do you have more control over? Noting and seeing how we can correct and adjust on the other side. So now we have right foot forward and left foot back. Good. Arms come up, hips come forward. Inhale big, exhale warrior one. So connecting to your inner warrior, feeling engaged in the pose. You barely have to think about these. We've done them a few times. Your body knows what to do. See if you can get a little more internal rotation in the arms. Really nice. That means the pinkies kind of turn in towards each other. At the same time, you want to draw the shoulders down the back. From the bottom up, you feel stable and strong. Remember, the earth is helping support you. As a warrior, you've brought all the tools that you need to your pose. One more breath. And as you exhale, open arms and hips. Strong in warrior two. Just feel it flow right out of your body. Good. See if you can bend the front knee a little bit deeper. See if we can keep that knee going over the big toe or towards the big toe. Good. Really nice. Strong. Spreading and reaching as if your body's almost going to separate in two. Getting as much reach out of the body as you possibly can. Inhale. Flip that right palm. Reach it up towards the ceiling. The other hand slides down the back. So that leg really starts to talk to you at this point. Take a deep breath, let it go. You are almost done. Nothing lasts forever. We are almost done with this sequence. One more breath. Exhale, tip back into warrior two. Relax the shoulders, take in a bigger breath. Inhale, lift the arms up and hips forward. Exhale, warrior one. You are almost free. Take one more deep breath and exhale, step to the front of the mat. Good, and then just shake it out. So that was a really invigorating standing sequence. We're just going to let it all go with a nice forward fold. So I want your feet to be hip distance. That means ankle, knee, and hip are all stacked. And as we go down, because we've done forward folds before, this one we're really conscious of letting everything go. The other thing I want you to be careful of is that we don't want to lock our knees back. You want to keep a micro bend in the knee. We always protect the joints. So just feel all four corners of the feet engaged into the floor. Tailbones down, abs are engaged. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, dive out, open up. And when you get down, just relax and let go. Good. So the micro bend in the knee as the head gets heavy and pulls you down. So there's a couple of things that we can do to get a little deeper. One of them is we could take our peace fingers and wrap them around the big toes and see if we can pull ourselves down. If you're already down there, you could actually slide your hands underneath your feet so the toes come towards the wrist. And then lastly, you could reach your arms behind your calves and pull yourself down closer. So we're looking at ways to get deeper in the pose, to sort of help ourselves get a little bit deeper in what we're doing. At the same time, you do feel the backs of the legs open. This is a super duper hamstring stretch. Also on the lower back, you're going to start to feel it. So if there's any uncomfortableness, if you're feeling any discomfort anywhere, bend the knees more and relax. Good. See where the weight is falling. So what I mean is, do you feel like the weight's in the heels? Do you feel like it's in the ball of the feet? Do you feel like it's balanced? See if you could just shift a little more weight to the ball of your feet, which actually stacks your hips right over your ankles. So when we're in this fold, we tend to lean back a little bit. Good. And again, feel your brain continue to empty. You did a lot of warriors. Maybe those little seeds of judgment were creeping in. Let them go. Just stay with your breath. Good. One more breath, and then on the exhale, you're going to release the hands wherever they are. And you're going to slowly, with the inhale, roll all the way up. So again, you're going slide the hands right in through heart center. Good. So we're going to do one more vigorous pose before we do a balance and then make our way down towards the floor. So it's a lot in the quads. This is our chair pose. It has a few different names: thunderbolt, chair pose, mighty powerful pose. If you can, you're going to bring your big toes to touch. Heels can just kick out slightly. Good. Inhale the arms up, just as we've been doing. Slide the shoulders down the back. Take a deep breath. On the exhale, you're going to sit as if you're sitting into a chair. So it becomes a little squat. Now what we tend to do is kind of hang out in our lower back. So I want you to draw the tailbone down the back. Feel it lengthen so you're not hanging out back there. And the bend is going to be up to you. The first thing we're worried about is we don't want our knees to go past our toes. So if that's happening, maybe you need to come up a little bit. And then it needs to be at your comfort level. You need to be able to maintain that nice protected back, and at the same time you need to feel strong. So see if you can get the arms a little closer to the ears. Good. This is a super, super challenging pose. Take one more breath there, and then as you exhale, lift all the way up and let the arms come down. So we're going to repeat that pose again 2 more times. We're going to actually add a twist, once to the right, once to the left. If the twist doesn't work for you, then just stay in your chair pose and wait for us with the breath. So up to you which version you do. Inhale the arms up, shoulders slide down the back. Take one more little scooch of a breath, and then exhale, sit back. Protect that back by dropping the tailbone. Knees pull back behind the toes. Good. And on the exhale, just slide your hands right into your heart center. Take a deep breath, and on the exhale, you're going to take your right arm, bring it over to the left side of your body, or the opposite. Good. Feel the shoulders slide down. So here's your little bit of a twist. So what tends to happen is this front knee is going to pop out. So see if you can pull that front knee back. Good. So if you're not enjoying the twist, just come into the first version of chair that we did. In our twist, you're going to find that the spine is rotating as if your chest is going to come up towards the ceiling. At the same time, you're trying to relax through the shoulders, stabilize through the legs. Same thing. So this knee is popping out. See if you could just hold it. Yes, perfect. It just wants to scooch forward a little. You just got to try to pull it back. One more breath. And then inhale as you untwist and come out of the pose as you stand up. Really nice. So just again, shake the legs. It's super strenuous on the legs, and then we added the twist. Not only is it a lot going on in the body, but it's an extra balance challenge. Inhale the arms up. We have one more. Exhale as you sit back in your chair. Again, maintain the form, connect, drop, pull the toes back, maybe sink a touch deeper, slide the hand through heart center, and then rotate in the opposite direction. Good. Trying to get your hands to settle in at heart center if possible. Beautiful. Feeling yourself lift and open across the shoulder blades as the body begins to twist. Here's the thing with our yoga practice. On the inhales, we think about getting some length in the spine. And on the exhale, we think about getting deeper in the pose. So it would be on the exhales that you would try to just eke out a little more in the twist, if possible. At some point in a yoga practice, your body physically stops you. It's up to you to decide how you're going to get deeper. That could be in your breath, in your commitment, in your focus. Right? Lots of ways to get deeper. As you exhale, you're going to feel yourself untwist and unwind and come to stand. Nice. Good. Just a couple little shoulder rolls, and then just maybe a little swing of the arms back and forth. Good. So we're going to do a standing balance. So I'm going to just demo it first, and then I'm going to step away. You need to focus your eyes at one point that's not going to move. And so we're going to ultimately do hand to knee, so I will talk you through it, but ultimately you will look like this. If you decide you want to make it more of a balance challenge, again, peace fingers to the big toes, and we'll extend. If you're happy here, you're going to stay here. So balance comes from the mind. So we talked earlier about the concept known as drishti. So you're going to focus your eyes at a non-moving point right in front of you. So get that warrior gaze fixed. Good. Again, feel connected to the floor. Drop the shoulders down the back. So take your right foot and really grow roots out of your right foot. So it feels strong, right? The muscles hug into the bones, the ankle firms up. That's going to root and stabilize you to the floor. Now take your left knee and start to bring your left knee up towards your chest. Good, and hold on to that leg. Nice, and stay right here. So this is where you connect. This is where you assess. This is where you say, how am I doing today? Where's my balance? look beautiful. Again, you can fall out of this 50 million times and come back. Everything we do on the yoga mat is a practice, and we practice over and over again. We don't need to judge. If you fall out, you have time. You have about 2 more breaths to just come back. And just check and make sure you're not locking out through the knee joint on that right side, right? Yeah, nice adjustments. And then with the next exhale, open the arms all the way up so that leg is floating there, hanging there. Good. 1 more breath, and then exhale, let it all float down. It's a lot of work to hold that leg up. So we'll repeat the same thing on the other side. So feeling that left side get roots, firm, anchored into the ground. That's the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot, and then feel that firmness rise all the way up the leg. So it's all of the muscles pulling in towards the bones. And then at the knee joint, you feel the softness. Good. And then with the next breath, that right knee comes up into your chest. Good. Holding it there as you breathe. And noticing how the pose might be different on the side, right? We said one side is more balanced than the other. So figuring out where your balance is here. Should you want to do the extension, go for it. Otherwise, be as you are. So the eyes need to focus. The mind needs to quiet. Just breathe. Every day that you come back to the mat, you have the opportunity to do it over. You have the opportunity to try again. You have the opportunity to be a different person. Right? We come back to the mat day after day. We call it a yoga practice. We practice the pose, the breathing. We practice being who we are meant to be. 1 more breath. Exhale as you open, that leg floats. And then exhale, lower it all down. Really nice. So we're going to do a pose that can be quite challenging. It's called Malasana or squat. It's actually going to get us down towards the ground. Ultimately, you want to keep your feet on the floor. But if you notice that you have to stay on the ball of your feet in order to make the pose happen, then that's fine. It's just going to be a little more challenging for your balance. So feet open about as wide as the mat, toes point out. We're going to just bring our hands right into heart center where they've been so comfortable before in our Anjali Mudra. Take a nice deep breath, and what you're going to do is send your tailbone right down towards the floor. Yeah. So if you need some more room, you can scoot your feet out a little bit wider. Nice. These look beautiful. So what tends to happen is that the knees are going to crouch in the arms. I want you to really actively press the legs. Yes. Beautiful. So you open the heart, you find activity in the arms and the legs. Take 1 more breath, and then as you exhale, you're just going to remove one hand, place it behind you, and you're going to gently collapse down onto the floor. Oh, so that's our graceful dismount onto the floor. Nice. So you've made it through the standing sequence. You're going to sit all the way onto the back part of the mat. Good. So that we have lots of room. So we have a strap nearby, or you might have a strap nearby. If you don't have a strap, you can use a towel, you can use a belt, you can use a tie, anything at all, but it's going to help us with our forward fold. So if you know you can't reach your feet, you're going to want to have your strap next to you, so you would arrange that. We'll do a couple of seated poses. You want to make sure that you're sitting on your sits bones. Good. Awesome, so you're nice and tall, everything is stacked, and the strap is just nearby in case you need it. So from here, you're just going to take a nice deep breath, bring your arms all the way up, and just as if we were standing, I want you to exhale into a forward fold. Good, once you're there, I want you to press through the balls of your feet, so I want you to really activate your legs. So it's like you're pushing the ball of the foot forward so the toes curl back a touch. Yes. Beautiful. So that fires on the front of the legs, which helps the back of the legs start to stretch a little bit more, right? In order for one muscle to relax, the other has to contract. So if you are not reaching your toes, you're going to grab that strap, place it around the arch of your feet. Oh, nice. Inhale, get longer in the spine, and then exhale, see if you can get closer. So ideally, in the beautiful yoga picture book, you're laying your chest along your thigh. The top of your head would be coming towards your feet. So we say in the yoga picture book, that doesn't mean you might ever look like that, but it's a way for your body to move energetically. So at least you know the direction you're moving your body in the pose. So here you just want to relax. I want you to do about 3 or 4 of your own really big, deep breaths. And on the exhale, remember that that's where you let go and try to get deeper. Remember, if getting deeper physically because your body's saying, right there, hold it, I am not moving another inch, then I want you to find another way to get deeper. That's in the breath, in the commitment, in your focus, in your intention. So oftentimes I say the difference between doing a stretch and doing yoga is intention and awareness. So you're mindful of what you're doing, you're aware of what you're doing, and then we layer in that idea of breath. And when those things are present, any stretch becomes yoga. At the end of that third breath or so, you'll just roll yourself up. We're going to counter that with a little back bend. It's actually a reverse table. So you're just going to bring your feet onto the floor so that your knees come up. Good. Hands go behind you. Fingertips point forward. Yeah, good. Roll the shoulders down your back. So again, we want to round forward. Really actively open up. So again, we said back bends come from the strength of our legs. So I want you to take a deep breath and start to find your feet into the mat. And as you start to press down, you're going to start to lift your hips up. Again, roll the shoulders down as you inhale to press down with your feet and exhale to lift up with your hip. So you can hold your neck parallel. You can gently relax it if that feels good. Or if it feels better, just bring your chin towards your chest. Find the place that you can hold your head best. Good. Inhale, see if you can get a little deeper. Press down with your feet, lift up with the hips. And then exhale, slowly start to lower down towards the ground. Good, and then just hug your knees into your chest. Good, so that's a nice counter pose to the forward bending that we've been doing. So we're just going to do a couple of core strengtheners. We're going to work on some boats. So we're going to stay in this position to start with. Feet on the floor, knees are up. And feet are either to touch or at hip distance, whatever feels most comfortable for you here. But what you're looking to do is tip back so you feel your sits bones and your tailbone. You're kind of in between the two. So we're not all the way up and we're not all the way back, right? We're finding the place in between. And right in that spot, your abs start to fire on. Once you've found that, again, draw the shoulders down the back. Really can't do enough to open up across the heart. Again, in yoga, it's symbolic of being open to give and receive energetically. But in our lives of this, it's going to help those posture muscles so we stand a little taller. So just take your hands and extend them out. Good. So you're breathing and you're holding. Right here, this is already work for your body, right? You've got the muscles in the abdominal wall firing on. You've got the back having to stabilize. You feel the legs a little bit. You have energy in the fingertips. If this is where you want to stay, then stay here. If you'd like to make it a little bit harder, you're going to start to come up onto your toes. Good. So you can, again, stay here, or you could lift your feet up just a little bit. Again, you can stay here, or you can extend the legs all the way up. What has to happen is you cannot lose your core. So if you start to collapse, you need to go to the place you were before. So breathing, breathing, and release. Hug the knees in. Nice. We're going to repeat that one more time. So again, you have lots of options, right? And so over time, you'll start to feel stronger, and you'll start to get a sense of balance there, because it's a little awkward to balance between your sits bone and your tailbone if you haven't really done it before. And it's super, super intense as we start to lift up, right? It looks a lot easier than it is. So if you tip backwards, no worries. So arms extend out. Start to find that spot between your sits bone and your tailbone. Start to engage the core. Now, based on the fact that you've already done one, if you're happy staying right here, be happy there. But see if you can get a little more length from the back of your neck. See if you can make your head and neck an extension of your spine. At the same time, you feel the shoulder blades drop down the back. Good. Keep that. If you'd like, just come up onto the tiptoes. So you're breathing, right? Just breathe. Again, if you'd like, stay there, or just lift the feet just up a little bit. Right? So each version makes it that much more challenging. Relax the shoulders, open the heart, shine the energy of your fingertips towards the front of the room, and then if you want to go for that extension, go for it. Otherwise, hold and breathe. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. And on the exhale, hug the knees up into your chest. Really nice. So super duper core work. From here, you're just gonna leave the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open towards the edge of the mat. So they just kind of fall open out to the side. Doing bound angle or butterfly, again, has many names. So 2 objectives. One is that we could eventually in the yoga picture books get our knees down to the floor, and at the same time you would get your chin on the floor in front of your feet. So just so you have a direction of where the body's working, right? We know that doesn't have to happen today, but sometimes it just gives you an idea of where you're working. So as you wrap the hands underneath the feet, you're gonna reach underneath one foot and then the other. Good. Draw the shoulders down the back as you get long in the spine. Take a deep breath. And now exhale, pull your chest down towards your feet. So now you have those arms that are there. They can actually press into the legs. So they can take the legs and press them down closer to the floor. So whatever the arms are making connection with, you want to push them deeply into it. Yeah, so you're really feeling your arm, pushing way down. So you have lots of activity going on in this pose. It doesn't matter if your head is to your feet. That's not our objective, right? We're trying to hinge from the hip, chin reaching forward. We're getting long as we fold. So again, there's lots going on in this body. So an intense stretch in the groin, intense stretch in our forward fold. Beautiful. So are you breathing? How often do you forget? One more breath there. And then on your next exhale, you're going to slowly start to roll all the way up. Good. So we're just going to do one more forward bend before we make our way to the floor. You're going to keep your right knee in and extend your left leg out. Yeah, so this right foot is resting as close to the inner thigh as you possibly can. Perfect. So what tends to happen is your body wants to open up in between that space, and I want you to rotate it over the extended leg. So this is a single leg forward bend, which tends to be a little bit easier. We may add a little side twist to it to feel it a couple different ways. But right away, I want you to activate the foot. So again, push the ball of the foot, toes come back, good. So really strong in that leg. Inhale the arms up, we're extended over that left leg. And now exhale, you're gonna fold forward, reaching for the feet. So what I want you to think about is that you're trying to keep the hips level and the shoulders level. So we're trying not to twist too much in the pose. Good, so shoulders are level, nice. Good, beautiful corrections. Shoulders are level. Awesome. If we want to change this pose just slightly, we're going to take the right hand and place it on the outside of the foot. So you're reaching opposite and now really pulling down towards it. Yeah, so you get, now you're a little more on the side. So just changing the stretch a little bit. So just take one more breath there. And on the exhale, you're going to release. Good. As you roll up, you're just going to switch the legs. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left leg comes in, right leg extends, press through the ball of the foot. Body is going to angle out in between the legs. You're just going to rotate it over that leg. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hip, reach for your foot. Good, and then you want to level things off, right? So we want our hips to be level, we want our shoulders to be level, and oftentimes happens that one is popped up higher than the other, so we're just looking on keeping them on one plane. Beautiful. And then if you did that opposite hand, across, then just go for it, a little twist. So just feeling it slightly different. So notice where you're holding tension at the moment, whether it's in the hamstring, or it's in the back, or it's in your mind. And with the next exhale, I want you to let go of that tension. I want you to feel it just sort of melt away, slip away. You're nearing the end of the practice, so we've done a lot of work, and you're almost ready for the reward. Oftentimes people think yoga is really relaxing, and it is once we get to the end part of relaxation, right? Up until then, it's a whole lot of work. So with your next breath, you're going to release. Good, and start to roll all the way up. Nice. One more time, you're going to put your feet on the floor and your knees up. And you're going to find the muscles that you have in your core again one more time. So reach the arms forward, shoulders draw down the back, tip between sits bone and tailbone. So just as if we were setting up for that boat pose again, except this time we're going to lower ourselves all the way down onto the mat. What I want you to try to do is keep your feet super glued to the floor. And on an exhale, I want you to start to lower your back down one vertebra at a time so you can come all the way down. So just do your best to control the move, slowly rolling down. So we're just trying to fire on the core one more time. So everybody's going to land in a different spot or a different time. That's fine, no worries. again, plant your feet on the floor. We're just gonna do a bridge pose. So I want your feet hip distance, and just walk your heels in a little closer towards your bottom. Good, so you almost can take your fingertips and brush your heels. Good, so this is super intense in the legs. Again, this is kind of a form of a back bend in the sense that we're gonna be lifting up from the hip, just like we did in our reverse table, except this time your head, neck, and shoulders stay down. So the other thing I want you to keep in mind, it's so tempting to turn your head side to side to see what everybody's looking like or who else is doing the pose. But you really want to keep your head and neck as an extension of your spine so you protect all of that stuff in the spinal column. So just avoid turning your head from side to side while you're in a bridge pose. Take a deep breath and start to press down into the feet. At the same time, begin to lift up with your hips. Good, so shoulders stay down on the mat, head stays down. Nice, again, inhale, press down, exhale, lift up. So we're gonna stay here a few breaths. You have a couple of options. If you're happy where your arms are, leave them there. Otherwise, you're gonna roll your shoulders way back underneath you so they can interlace fingers. At that time, you're gonna extend long through the arms. Beautiful, it just brings your chest a little closer to your chin, not the other way around. Really nice, because you're getting length in your shoulders and across the chest. Trying to keep the knees as if they're holding a block. Yeah, so they're right in line with the hip. And then on the next exhale, you're gonna gently start to release the arms and at the same time roll the spine down, again, one vertebra at a time. Good, and just resting right there. So just let the body relax, let it find neutral. We're gonna do one more bridge. So again, just keep in mind as you roll the shoulders back, you're trying to tuck them really far back behind you so that the arm can get really long. And it's in that place that we create a lot of space for all the back body, for the spine, for everything that's in the spinal column, and we really open up wide across the chest. So start to get the feet closer to the buttocks, and press down into the feet as you begin to lift up with the hips. Nice. And then again, if you're gonna work the arms under, start to roll the shoulders back and under, interlacing through the fingers, and then extending the arms. Really nice. So then that one last piece is that you're trying to imagine that you're holding a brick between your legs so that you want to keep your knee and your hip in alignment. So you're trying not to let that heavy yoga brick drop onto the mat. Beautiful. And your head stays in line. These look really nice. One more breath. See if you can lift the hips up just a little bit higher. And then on the exhale, lowering down one vertebra at a time. And hands are removing. Good. And we take a breath here just to stabilize and settle in. And then I want you to grab and bring your knees up into your chest. So you're hugging your knees up into your chest. Nice. So we're going to begin our final sequence, which starts to calm the nervous system, starts to let the body know that we're done with the rigor, where all the work that we've done with the movement and the breathing can get put into its place. So you're going to keep your right knee into your chest and extend the left leg long on the mat. And you're going to let the leg just rest and get heavy. You're going to keep your head, neck, and shoulders on the mat. You're going to take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, you're just going to try to pull just a little bit deeper towards the center of your chest. Good. So we're only going to change the move slightly. Let's relax this leg. Doesn't have to do any work. You're just going to take that right leg and you're just going to pull the right leg towards the armpit. So the right leg towards the right armpit. So you're just changing the move just slightly. So lots of things that we do in yoga obviously work muscles. We felt that. They work on flexibility and range of motion. But poses are also designed to work organs and all of the internal mechanisms of the body. So this stretch right here, when we're doing this intense stretch, it's working on ascending and descending colon when we work right and left side. So we're really giving the entire body inside and out a workout. With your next exhale, you're going to bring that leg back into center. Take one more breath, and now completely exhale and take that right leg and bring it all the way across the body, all the way on the other side, keeping head, neck, and shoulders down on the mat. Try to find a way to prop that leg down. So you want to try to bring it all the way down across the body. Good, letting it go. Nice. So I'm going to twist you all the way, Rick. We're going to twist all the way over. Good. Yeah, so this part is staying down. Yeah. And this is relaxing, so pretend it's relaxing. Good. And sometimes this leg feels like it's hanging in midair, so you might want to put a little weight from your hand, or you could also tuck this foot under and anchor it so it kind of holds it down. You want to just try to find a way to start to relax. This is a spinal twist, helping to wring out the toxins, helping to massage the spine, and it's also, like we said, helping to calm down the nervous system. So you're trying to let go here, trying to release, trying to relax, trying to surrender. So again, most of yoga isn't relaxing until we start to get to these final few poses, and then we can really appreciate the benefit of the relaxation. So one more breath, and then as you begin to inhale, you're going to bring that leg back center, and then exhale it against the mat. Nice. And then we're going to switch. So opposite leg comes into chest. Left leg, good. Right leg relaxes. And we just pull it in center. Taking some really deep breaths, especially if trying to keep up with the pattern of the movement and the breathing was too much. Here's where we really start to slow it down. That left knee goes towards the left armpit. So changing how we feel the stretch. Same knee, same armpit. Good. Breathing. So you're trying to keep the back, the shoulders, the neck all engaged onto the floor. You don't have to push, pull, or try here, right? In lots of yoga poses, we're pushing, pulling, and trying to get deeper or to move somewhere. These are just sort of as is, right? Wherever your body is, just breathe in that spot. Take one more breath and come center. Good. Inhaling here, and then as you exhale, you're going to cross that leg over the opposite side of your body. So bring it all the way over. And then again, propping it. So if you have that leg down, if you feel rested, if your shoulders and head are down on the mat, you can let your arm open, that opposite arm open, palm facing up. And ideally, your eyes actually go over those fingertips. So if your knee is over to the right, then your eyes are over to the left, and vice versa. Just feeling yourself settle in. Again, this is the reward after all of the yoga that you've done, right? All of the movement. The movement is known as the asana, the breath is the pranayama. All of that working together stimulates so much in the body, requires so much focus, energy, and attention. And now we're starting to let it go. Now we can tell the body it doesn't have to work as hard. So one more breath. And then inhaling the leg up center and exhaling it long on the mat. Good. And this is where we settle in for our final pose, our pose of rest, known as Shavasana or corpse pose. So you want to open your feet about as wide as the mat. Good. And when you open them wide as the mat, you want to let your feet sort of flop open. Good. And you're just going to gently draw your shoulders down your back. Relax. Yeah, there you go. Draw your shoulders down the back and turn your palms facing up, and they're just a few inches away from your body. Good. So this is really where we start to let go. And sometimes this is the hardest pose in yoga, right? We do a lot of movement. We're really movement-oriented people. And then we get to a place where we have to rest, and it's hard to relax. So our ultimate goal is to just relax and be in the moment. What ultimately happens is sometimes your body has a lot of thoughts and internal dialogue, and it distracts you. So just do your best. If you can't keep your eyes closed, that's fine, but that is one of our goals. But before we go into final relaxation, what I'd like you to do is make a fist, scrunch your feet, scrunch your face, contract every muscle you have in your body right now. From the top of your head to the tip of your toes, squeeze it tighter, 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 and then let it go. Nice, so it's like that heaviness, that release that happens in the body, right? Letting go of everything completely, and just allow that heaviness to continue washing through your body. So your only objective here is to just be in the moment, to just ride the wave of your breath, keeping everything else that you have to do still outside of the mat. Right? There's always lists of things and tasks and notes and people that flow in and out. So when you find yourself attaching to something like that, just acknowledge it, send it on its way, and reconnect with your breath. Allow your body to just be heavy. Again, not having to push, fingers and toes. Maybe finding a little bit of movement. And then typically we make the process of coming all the way back up, a gentle one. So you're going to bring your knees up into your chest and roll onto your right side. Good. And you give yourself a breath or two there before you make yourself way all the way up to seated. And we will just end the practice the way we began. So however you're most comfortable, again sitting tall. And you're just going to take your palms and gently place them on your knees. So I mentioned earlier we do mudras or locks or seals in yoga, things we do with our hands. This is a mudra. This is a mudra for calm. So all you're doing is sealing in the calm right now. So again, find the spine long, find the head and neck and extension of your spine, roll your shoulders down your back. Eyes are closed as you're sealing in the calm, setting the tone for the rest of the day, whatever's to come. Take one full breath together and exhale completely. So thank you for joining us for our practice. We join ourselves in a round of namaste. I honor the light that I see inside of you, so it's just a term of respect. Thank you and keep practicing yoga.